A delegation of Montana players and coaches visited El Salvador for a week last July to hold basketball clinics for over 160 players, coaches, and refs. It was all part of a U.S. State Department sponsored trip. In the past 2 weeks, the second part of the exchange brought everyone back to Missoula. MTN Sports' Jack Ginsburg takes us there.
27 coaches, players, and refs from El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala have been at the University of Montana this past week, learning the ins and outs of the game of basketball from some of the best in the state. Former Grizz and Lady Grizz players and coaches, as well as current players and coaches, have been attending and running the training sessions.
I think for all of us being on scholarship, sometimes we forget about how lucky we are to be here, and this really just reminds us how blessed we are to be here, and to be able to pass the knowledge on and teach other people is pretty special.
While the 27 basketball enthusiasts are getting some great advice from top-notch players, the goal of the week is much bigger than growing their skills on the basketball court. The exchange program is based on the idea that introducing the game to at-risk communities that are vulnerable to violence or crime can steer youth populations away from that and ultimately better the community.
At the Mansfield Center, that's really at the heart of our mission, is bridging people's cultures, countries, in order to come together and solve some of our world's most pressing issues.
The administrators of the sports there in Honduras let them know that sports is a great option to grow values on the young people there.
And it's not just the Central American players taking away important lessons from this week, but the Montana players as well.
I think it's amazing to see. I think this all goes back to that whole part of being a part of something bigger than yourself. So seeing this and just being reminded how big it actually is and how big of an impact the game can make makes it really special.
In Missoula, Jack Ginsburg, MTN Sports.
The basketball exchange wraps up with more clinics tomorrow, led by former Grizz and Lady Grizz players.